I want everybody to treat this like a therapy wall squat. Do not pitch forward. Every last bit of muscular tension that you develop should drive you vertical. So reach straight up, don't jump off your bottom leg. That's way too easy. Concentrate on your top butt cheek. Good. A slight hamstring stretch at the bottom. Try to keep those knees from turning out. Keep them forward as possible, and if you want, you can pull those toes up in your shoe. You'll get a slight stretch from there. Now gentle, slowly roll it up. Feel each individual vertebrae at the highest point and create the muscles. There we go. Create the muscles that'll protect your own spine. If you're ever in a bad position, these are the small muscles that have to collectively protect your spine. You can't rely on the big prime movers all the time. Once that lead foot gets placed, concentrate on that lead butt cheek. Now, very important, and you'll start to feel this if we make notice of it. Watch how that knee drifts in. Make sure it stays tracking front to back. Beautiful. You'll feel your hips tilt. You want the least amount of that as possible because it's a movement in excess of what you can control that'll cause an injury. So work on protecting a perfect position. Beautiful. 3, 2, 1, clip. Really concentrate on that rhythm. So pull with your right, punch with your left. Good, Brooke. Hold that line. 30 seconds. Now make sure you protect that midline, so keep your midsection in tight and pull. Very good. Be careful about keeping that trail arm that high. It's not wrong, just make sure you don't shrug up too high. Hold that line and smooth pull. Beautiful job. 10 seconds. Hold that there. So isometrically contract, keep that midsection in tight, and give me a big rotation back up and over. We're almost there. 3, 2, 1, put it on your shoulder. Now when you bring that foot behind, same principle applies. We want to make sure that that knee is tracking correctly. And then you switch it over. Smooth and steady. Now try to work on your depth. Remember, you've got some hands to spot you. Now squeeze your cheek and stand up tall and pretty. Then the foot goes behind you for a single leg starfish squat. You hold that line. Foot shouldn't touch, the knee should kiss. Switch it over. This is a very important concept. Stay off your upper traps on the tip top of this. So even though the natural physioevolution, the natural psycho-emotional content will force you to shrug, you want to force against that. So push back. We're almost there. So stay off your upper traps. Keep your upper traps soft and pliable. Soft and pliable. Hold that line. Now for about 4 to 5 seconds, really force a straight ahead stretch. And then we add a good streamline. Now the streamline cannot take away from, the streamline double twisting cannot take away from that absolute reach. So we want to get that spiral stretch out of that back quad, back hip flexor, but don't let it take away from increasing the amount of length that you have in that reach. So big reach, vertical, vertical, vertical. Fantastic. Don't move that knee. Vertical, 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 vertical. Don't move that knee. Beautiful. Stand tall. Shake it out. Good work. Finish this out. 10 more seconds. Good. See, that's fantastic. Hold that line. Now keep pressing your shoelaces back into that bench. And that'll force that line to get pulled up because our hands are reaching high, and it'll force it to get pulled down because our foot is pressing back. Clear. Remember, the emphasis is on spinal stability. All of our push-up series are based off of our ability to protect your spine. So watch your low back, feel if it caves in, and fight against it. Here we go. Switch it over. One vertical, one horizontal. One vertical, one horizontal. Watch your low back. Reach, reach, reach. Now, press and slide. Good. Very good. And then you walk back and we'll play around on the other side, see what it looks like from there. Now really feel if you drift. Your goal is to prevent an excessive amount of drift. The mechanisms for injuries are your inability to control an excessive amount of movement. It's not any one particular movement, it's movement outside of a mechanical range of failure. All right, from this position, what we're looking for, we've got a single plate weight, or you can use med ball, but we're going to do a little bit of a halo. It's really drawing a tribute ribbon around the head and forcing it back into a squat on the opposite side. Now from there, the halo and the tribute ribbon patterning is just our way to challenge your ability to not counter torque your hips in the opposite direction. So as her weight goes down and to the right, she's going to want to push her hips to the left to counterbalance. But what we want to do is counter torque it back into the middle. So really have the athlete feel if their knees are excessively moving in or out, but in particular from this position, it's going to want to drift forward. Force those hips straight back. Draw that big old pretty ribbon right around that head. Up and over, tight midsection. And smooth. Drive your hips back as you squat down and to the right. Finish it out, Brooke. Push down. Down, down, and clear. Now, you want to think of it as if you were going to run. So if you were going to go into 2 rolls, it's actually going to protect you. So as if you're going to go into a roll, run, 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 run. Yep, atta girl, very good. And then you naturally continue that rolling motion, and it dissipates that force over across your back. Very good. Remember, standard body awareness, spatial awareness, tuck your chin, roll, and try to keep that head off of the ground. Think about rolling right across your back, as if you didn't have a padded floor to roll on. Finish this one, you'll start your run, Brooke. Go get him. And go.